I'm Emma Halliday. I'm from Green Space Scotland. Thank you for joining us today. These quick sessions they're sort of 20 minutes long, and um, we're we are doing them in a format where we first of all, our speaker is going to speak for about 7 to 10 minutes, and following that, we would, rather than me and Shushanik feeling like we're talking to a monitor in front of us, we would like people to come and join us so it feels a little bit more like there's people in the room with us. So when we finish up, and if you have questions, we would love it if you would join us up on screen. We can have a maximum of 9 of us to have a conversation, to ask questions. If you'd rather not do that, that's absolutely fine. You can put some comments and questions in the chat area, and I can Shushanik and I can see those, so we can answer any questions there or pick up any discussion. So just the first thing to be aware of, the sessions are all being recorded. So if you do share your audio and video with us, it's being recorded today. We are going to, we'll finish quite sharp, just probably a couple of minutes before the end time, so that people can go into the next the choice of 3 sessions that come up straight after this. So sorry if I cut you off. I'm very sorry. It's just because we want to get finished and allow people to go to the next session. And I think that's everything for the moment. So fill in the poll, chat in the chat, and I'm going to pass you over to Shushanik, who is going to be telling us today about green walls for kids in a kindergarten. So I will hand over and to Shushanik now.
Thank you, Emma. I'm welcoming all the audience here, and I'm really happy to be one of the speakers of this amazing event. Thank you very much for this opportunity. To be quite a little bit quickly, because we have short time, I would like to present, to have a presentation for you. Let me just share my screen with you. And hope it is okay with the screen. Okay. First of all, I would like to start from the introduction. I'm presenting here the Center for Ecological-Noosphere Studies. I'm a Deputy Director for Science and a Head of GIS and Remote Sensing Department of the Center for Ecological-Noosphere Studies of the National Academy of Sciences. This is an academical institution and is one of the partners of amazing Connecting Nature project family. As an introduction, I would talk about a few words about Yerevan, where we try to implement nature-based solution. And Yerevan is one of the Caucasian multiplier cities of Connecting Nature project. Yerevan is the capital and the largest city of Armenia and one of the world's oldest continuously inhabited cities. Yerevan is the administrative, cultural and industrial center of the country, located in Ararat Valley along with the total area of 220 square kilometers, and where about 35% of the total population of the country is concentrated. So we have a problem with, no. Okay. Major land use types of the city are primarily residential, industrial, and commercial. Since Soviet times, the city was known by the high level of pollution with potentially toxic elements and dust, which still exists in the city environment. Since early 2000s, a large urban construction have been starting in Yerevan. resulting different scenarios of urban development. I would highlight the continuous reduction of urban green spaces, which causes an increase of Yerevan's land surface temperature. You can see these pictures, which were produced from satellite imagery by our SENSE team, which reflects special temporal changes of land surface temperature for more than 30 years period, and is possibly linked with the reduction of urban green spaces, which were also mapped from the satellite imagery. You can see them in the bottom of this slide. About the results and research, the result of this research we have already published, and it is accessible. So in case you are really interested, you can be in touch with me, and I can provide more information on this. Yeah, and one thing was clear that the strategy of urban development of Yerevan need to be revised, and NBS have to be a compulsory component of the urban revitalization. The capacities of our center enable to contribute to the challenge of urban resilience and sustainability using multidisciplinary approaches in which science and research are integrated into with planning policies and design applications. And as an example, I would provide the cooperation of SENSE and Yerevan municipality, which started in 2007. In frame of this cooperation, SENS developed a target tree planting program for Yerevan municipality. What was the core of this project? Yeah, the program supposed to investigate the urban air, soil, and plant pollution, also identify gas and dust resistant and metal accumulating species of plants, and provide a set of tree and shrub species to be planted in Yerevan parks and squares based on the type and level of pollution of each urban site. Here you can see some of the tree species provided for planting in the right corner of this slide. Now you can see these nice pictures taken from the different sides of our beautiful city, which and we can really fact that the municipality is implementing consistently the program planting the species provided by SENSE team. Now about the kindergartens. During Connecting Nature Lifetime, SENSE undertook another initiation to take care of one of the most sensitive societal group, kids. In fact, more than 160 kindergartens are operating in Yerevan, and some of them are located in the most polluted parts of Yerevan. And the research investigations conducted by SENSE in 2012 showed that more than 100 kindergartens' territory soils are polluted by a number of potentially toxic elements. Some of these kindergartens are spatially located just in front of the street. Please look at these pictures taken in these kindergartens. In front of the street with heavy traffic and don't have any barrier preventing the penetration of pollutants. Here we mean vehicle emissions, of course, into the kindergarten area. To meet the challenge to reduce pollution level and prevent further penetration of pollutants into the testing site kindergarten territory, a nature-based solution titled Green Wall may become really a solution. Based on the scientific data available for more than 160 Yerevan kindergartens, specific one was identified and selected during the maximum benefits, ensuring the maximum benefits for the kindergarten territory, its surrounding and children's health. The creation of this NBS was funded by charity public organization Eurasia. and brings together the representatives of local authorities. Here we mean municipality, scientists, NGOs, and kindergarten staff, and supported to increase the level of local environmental quality and public awareness of nature to provide really aesthetic and health benefits. It is very important to highlight that the creation of this green wall took a short time and needed a very limited care, which may then keep its function during year without any extra cost. And we really can highlight that this solution is really very cost effective. It is also an excellent example for the other kindergarten schools and sport complexes that such kind of nature-based solution can be easily implemented. Here we can see the list of plants here. Please pay attention that several plant species were used for planting, and the care of the plant species may serve also as an excellent platform to teach kindergarten children to love and preserve the environment. Please look at the pictures where we have the starting point in 2011, sorry, 2018, and the pictures taken in the summer of the same year, and then after 2 years in last summer. So it works and it is really very beautiful. At this stage, SENSE monitors the state of the wall and its effectiveness on the environmental state of the territory of kindergartens. Of course, the results will be accessible via research publications and disseminated by the social media, which is very important to note the benefits of direct benefits of these nature-based solutions. It is also, first of all, the improvement of an air quality. It is a barrier from vehicle emissions. It is really increasing awareness of nature-based solution and their effectiveness and co-benefits. We have also many lessons learned, key lessons learned. And of course, among the next steps, I would like to highlight that we are trying to have this nature-based solution concept vital and realistic when developing a new master plan of Yerevan in near future. This is one of the key objectives of SENSE, really to promote, to push this action, to have NBS concept important and included in a new master plan. And also we are trying to attract other cities, not only South Caucasian cities and towns, but other cities to think about NBS as a way and tool of building urban resilience. So that's all from my side. In case you have questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Thank you so much, Shushanik. That's amazing. It's great transformation. I want to ask you something first. How many how many kindergartens have you has the project? Is it a single one or is it a project in multiple different?
No, thank you very much. Yeah, that's a nice question. Actually, the NBS was implemented for one pilot. This was a pilot
Yep.
project implementation. It was just a showcase to push the local authorities to have this really cost-effective solution included in their budget for the next years, to have to have it implemented for other kindergartens when for example, when these authorities think about reconstruction of many kindergartens, yeah, because the evidence-based, the research information, the results of our research about the environmental state of kindergartens are for more than 100 kindergartens. So we have really investigated many of them, but now we need to find funding, small fundings, because it is, I'm repeating again that it is cost-effective solution to find really funding and have this implemented for many other kindergartens as well.
Yep. Shushanik, do you want to close your presentation now?
Uh,
Yeah,
okay, you want to close it? Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
it's just in case anyone else wants to join us to ask a question. If you do want to join us, which we would love you to do, um, then please just request to share your camera and audio. But as I said, no pressure. Um, so there's a couple of other questions here. So there's a couple around the children themselves. So one is what kind of involvement the children had in the design, if any.
It would be nice, but in this case, no. No, it was developed very quickly and implemented again very quickly. But the kids and their parents, they were playing in the kindergarten when we were planting, and I'm personally really was taking part in this process. It was really lovely.
And Jonathan's asking if, in terms of that project, has there been feedback from the children around the kind of change of their nursery or their kindergarten?
I don't know about their feedback, but several times we visit this kindergarten, and even we have pictures which you can find in Opla platform. We have put already there, so they are really. Uh, it's quite lovely notes. They really like the environment that was created, yeah, after having this green wall. So uh, I don't I don't know, maybe we should ask them.
Yeah,
It's
I can see there's a.
that's nice note. We should
I think
ask them.
the way, well, certainly in Glasgow in Scotland now, there is a much more kind of community based movement to. I think things around funding now, that because local council funding and local government funding is not that freely available. Often it's local community groups that are finding funding for these types of initiatives. And there's a point from Lindsay there about families and whether they were invited to take part. And I think
Yeah.
certainly what we are finding is the more that you involve those people, then they become more invested. And
Absolutely
yeah,
true.
and even we have
Absolutely.
Green Space Scotland have we run a crowdfund website for green projects. So we
Yeah.
crowdfund for for local projects to change green spaces, to raise other options for funding. So
One a small note concerning to the children's feedback. If you paid attention to my last slide, to the children with a small tree, it was taken. This picture was made in kindergarten, so it was one of the kids. So she was really amazing
oh,
and taking care of this small tree. So I think they will love the process of preserving and taking care of the environment.
yeah, and I can see Tamara's put a point there as well, just similar to that. That could the children, could the initial kindergarten that's done that start to propagate those plants with the children, and then they can be passed on to their plants. Could go to another kindergarten to do um, a similar thing, which would be a really nice process.
Actually, I think they should. The problem is that nature-based solutions, as a concept, is quite new for our society. It is new even for the authorities.
Yeah.
And Connecting Nature started in 2017, and still we are trying to push them up to think about nature and think about recovering the nature via nature-based solutions. Yeah, and when we started to negotiate with these kindergartens, they were really surprised because among the many issues, problems, that was something like they couldn't even believe that there is some charity organization with scientists, because science is an academical institution. Our main issue is to do science. Yeah, we are trying to implement some public, really societal work,
Yeah.
and really taking care and really consistently trying to push it up and to finish it in a best way. Yeah, so I hope it will be really quite interesting, and we are I'm repeating that we are consistently trying to push it to having included in a new master plan the concept of nature-based solution, and it is very important to try to interact with our society from the authority level to the public level. Yeah, that what we are doing now, taking care of green infrastructure or blue infrastructures, everything is really nature-based solution, and this is only the way to recover the nature, and really to have to to have urban resilience and sustainability.
I think what's really interesting is the science aspect that you are able to do support that research around the air quality and those kind of things, because often our experience in Scotland is you have a lot of grassroots ground people in communities making these things happen, but they don't have the research or the what to show some of the, they can show the social benefits, and
Yeah.
but to show the difference they're making with things like air quality, or they don't have access to that scientific
So
research or support.
yeah, and in this case, Sense is really amazing center, taking care of the research, really professional research, and trying to cover different aspects of environmental research. Yeah, starting from the environmental geochemistry and also including GIS and remote sensing technologies, innovative technologies. Yeah, all we are doing in one center. All these capacities are needed for the research are concentrated there. Also, we are really committing sometimes, like this case, to have the implementation like a showcase. Of course, we can't do everything for all the kindergartens. Trying to find sources and to implement it, but of course, doing pilots is really vital.
Yeah, I think, I mean, it is, and I think one example sometimes all it needs for, another kindergarten to see that and to look at
For sure.
options and see. It's definitely something that we have quite a lot of focus on outdoor learning and things, but we definitely, well, certainly in Glasgow, we have some areas of really terrible high air pollution and bad air quality. So that's something that we can definitely learn from. If anyone's got any other comments to add just before we finish up in this session, if there's anything else, we've got 30 seconds. I don't think so. But thank you so much, Shushanik. It's really, really interesting. I've put a couple of links. I put the one to Opla, and I've also put the one to Sens in the chat there. So please follow those up. After this, you can go straight into another session. There's 3 more to pick from, and that will be starting in just a minute or two. So thank you all for joining us. And thanks again, Shushanik. That was really great. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Beck. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.